Do you have this big problem of finding a good tax and business consultant? With all the companies out there, it can be extremely hard to find a company that can actually do all the services they provide and meet the client's needs. Well, look no further. Here at MWG Financial Solutions and Tax Services, LLC, we specialize in tax preparation, business consulting, financial consulting, credit repair, and administrative services. Book your appointment today and consider your problem gone. Contact our office at 713-661-5555.
Welcome to the Session Talk Show. I'm your host with my lovely hostesses. I am Atia Willis,
Stacy B. I'm Rose.
Attorney Simone.
And it is Hot Topics time.
Well, a condolence to DJ Twitch and Allison and 3 kids. Okay. I was trying not to really cry. It's that he passed away by suicide, and we're going to condolence to the family. And I've been doing some research on him, and he did a podcast interview in 2016. So he grew up in rural Alabama. He was always teased because he wanted to be a dancer. And he said he was tall stature and was able just to knock it out, you know? But he got knocked out. And words hurt. Kindness matters. And please be kind. And help someone and ask that curious question and to make sure they're really okay.
Because part of the way that he kind of went into the limelight was as Ellen's DJ. He came in second on Ellen's favorite show, which is So You Think You Can Dance. And Ellen wanted to do a dance segment on one of the episodes of her show back in, I believe it was 2014 or so. Mm-hmm. He went to her house, he taught her the dance routine, and since then they have been lifelong friends. But unfortunately, he really began struggling with his mental health, etc., when the show was canceled in May. Because as a dancer, and they used to tease that he was a fake DJ, right? Ellen made a place for him because she loved him that much. So he wasn't truly a DJ, but he was a dancer. Mm-hmm. And subsequent to the show ending in May, where he was also an executive producer, which means that's right. money.
Yeah, when it's gone.
Well, it's gone, and you're in California, and you're in LA, and there's all this pressure to look like you have money that you don't have. I can understand how sometimes that would be overwhelming. So take this as an opportunity to hug a friend. Yeah. Let them know that if they're not okay, you can talk about it.
I would say check on your strongest friends. Yeah. Check on your friend that seems the happiest, because depression looks like, we live in a social media world. Yeah. We live in a place where we always have to show a face that we're good, we're on top, we're in the best of our life. Mm-hmm. And that's just not the case for everyone. We're all struggling with our own demons, and just reach out to your strongest friend. You'd be surprised that they're a self-reflector. You ask a person that's a self-reflector, hey, how are you doing? They're going to reply and say, I'm good, how are you doing? Mm-hmm. And those are the people you have to watch out for. They're more worried about you. But you have to take some time and say, no, how are you really doing? Yep. So just take a note of that.
I learned that from my grandma, my mom, who suffered from Alzheimer's, because one day I was at, I was grown, and I was calling and say, hey, mama, how you doing, girl? And she said, bad. And I was like, wait, what? At the time, she was like 83 years old. She was like, I'm doing bad. My friends are all dead. My body hurts, and I can't even remember my zip code. And I said, oh, shoot.
That's
and
bad.
I said, well, would you like to go stay with mommy? She said, my bags were packed yesterday. So since then, I always, when I'm doing that, I will tell you, because you get 2 choices then. Leave me alone or help me.
But sometimes depression is someone who can really fake it to make it.
That is true.
Yeah, they can fake it to make it. So that I watched that interview, and there was a slight sadness in his eyes. It was very, very, very. But then again, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of saving face, Diddy got a new baby.
Oh,
y'all. He's got a new baby.
Congratulations.
And Yeah, I guess.
Love.
Congratulations, babies are gifts.
He's like Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
You know?
him and Nick Cannon are about to be
Like what? Nick Cannon. Six baby mamas.
He's not even
catch
close.
up to Nick.
Yeah,
He's
no,
not
he's
even
not.
No.
However, what was interesting was people were really coming at his one-sided girlfriend. So his girlfriend Carisha, who is Young Miami, has been very public about their relationship, and he basically came to her defense and said, "She's not my side chick.
Right.
She's my shorty wop," and blah 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 blah. blah
So does that make that better?
Right.
I guess it depends on how expensive your bills are. Like my bills aren't at that level yet. I'm not willing to be that embarrassed. But I've also never gotten a Maybach. So I don't know, give me a Maybach and maybe I'll reevaluate.
I mean, I guess it's on a different level. We should stay out of their business since, P. Diddy's on a different level of money. So I don't know. I never really.
I heard he's in the billionaire club.
Billionaire
he's
dating
used
a
to
billionaire
getting what
is
he
different.
wants, and he is just expect to get what he wants, and he doesn't want anything else except for that. And that the boy he's an ego high. So I don't know. Like Jennifer Lopez has walked away from him, and she wasn't pregnant. So that was a mistake.
Everybody.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, okay.
Wait, you mentioned something about the nurses on TikTok.
Oh gosh, yes, the
Tell me about
nurses.
that.
There were 4 nurses that had gotten fired from Emory Hospital in
That's a
Atlanta
good job.
because they went on the job and posted a TikTok of their labor and delivery icks.
I felt like the icks were reasonable.
I thought it was reasonable too. It's just sort of like, okay, how does my baby weigh? Well, I haven't got it on this scale yet. Okay.
Guys, don't lose your job. Don't lose your job.
Yeah,
over
don't listen
TikTok.
to me and lose your job.
Come on now. Look, if you're at work and you're getting annoyed by customers, your job is to provide customer service.
But it's unrealistic to expect people not to complain sometimes. And sometimes a little healthy complaint is harmless. And people got to stop living in this cancel culture. These were 3 of the women were Black nurses. We need those type of women in our labor and delivery. And that doesn't mean anything about the level of care that they give us. Yes, it was unprofessional.
I think if they had not been in uniform and had not been on their job site, then they may have got away with just a warning. Like if they did it in their house.
I didn't think about that.
Jogging, right? But I think it's also a good reminder that when you're Black, the rules apply to you.
Well, I mean, with that being said, I just want to finish it off because I knew she was about to get into it. But did y'all hear about Mark Curry?
Yes, girl.
Yeah, what about?
I saw the video.
I saw that video.
I saw it all 27 minutes.
Guys, Mark Curry was racially profiled in Colorado Springs. When I watched this on the news, I was like, this is news. I mean, it's Colorado. I mean, they wouldn't know any art, especially somebody that was from the 90s.
No, but you always think that, with the legalization, isn't Colorado one of those states where it's like a weed state?
It's like a legal.
Yeah, you can do everything in Colorado except
I wouldn't
be
even
Black.
think people. I would think people are like a little more relaxed and they just chilling, and we're not going to be profiling people
But
in the springs.
It's Colorado. White people who do a lot of skiing. I'm making they have a lot of money. I watched that movie. I mean, I watched that I can't believe it. Kind of like duh, what the hell moment. Kind of like shit. Ooh. I cursed.
I was in Colorado 3 weeks ago, and yeah, I did. I went and got me some things that make me relax.
The way Mark Curry went off, I want to be his friend. He looked like he's fun and cool.
Yes.
I want to be the friend.
Okay.
But also, I was reading the comments, and there were some people that said, well, why didn't you just give your ID? Here's the reason: because you don't fucking have to. You don't have to. This literally, I was triggered because this reminded me of college when me and my friends would be sitting in the lobby of our dorms, and the cops would walk up to the Black kids and be like, "Let me see your ID," and I would stand up. All 98 pounds of me back then that was pre-girdle. And I would say, no, officer, we are not going to show you our IDs until you ask all of the Caucasians in this lobby for the same thing. And then they would be like, wait, what? They couldn't. But my point is, it's a public lobby. First of all, it was a public lobby. They have no business asking him for ID. And the second point is that, well, this is for our safety. You're a lie. Yeah. You did not your concern was you saw this black man sitting in a lobby for a while and you felt he was up to no good. This is what racism looks like. This is what racial profiling looks
That's
like.
right. I would have
Because
to agree
racial
with you. I
profiling
have to agree
is
with you.
not giving us the benefit of the doubt in the same way you would have given a white family.
Right.
So this is not okay, and I'm not answering any of your questions. Period. Point blank.
Wait, but I just want to say one more thing. In
It's
this
getting hot in
era,
here, huh?
in this age and era, people got money. They have things. If you came up to me, you don't have any identification, nothing is telling me that you work here or anything, and you're asking me for my hotel room card or my name or my room number, that's a safety concern for me.
Yeah,
because then you find out I'm a celebrity and you want to come rob me later.
Preach.
Thank you, but no. I wouldn't have done it either.
Also, let's just be real. We have heard multiple stories of white people stealing, and we know white people steal for sport. Okay, white people, our sports include basketball, football, and their sports include stealing, including Winona Ryder. So, no, thank you. We will pass. Next up, ladies.
Besides school, were you ever racially profiled anywhere else?
Honestly, no. I'm sure that I was, but the most triggering parts were on campus.
I was. Oh, girl. Oh, my God. Oh, my
Okay,
God.
let's hear this, Rose.
Because I'm a talker. I wanted to tell the story. So, anyway, I was in Galveston.
Galveston.
Yes. Duh. Okay.
down the
So,
street.
back then, I
you were
was
a
a
mistress.
beginning.
An Asian mistress.
Oh, yes. So, anyway, I was what I call a baby therapist, all right?
Okay.
I was doing Wise Middle School and then doing the school work and all the stuff of our nonprofit. My BFF at that time was a black lady. We went into Piers, one of those, those expensive as hell, with the carnivals at, all the swanky hotel. I got a card. I got money.
Yeah.
All right? And then she asked me for my ID because she thought that I stole the card. I said, this is my card. Do you want my ID?
Speaking of taking cards, I know somebody who is burning cards. Let's talk about Derek Jackson.
Do you have this big problem of finding a good tax and business consultant? With all the companies out there, it can be extremely hard to find a company that can actually do all the services they provide and meet the client's needs. Well, look no further. Here at MWG Financial Solutions and Tax Services, LLC, we specialize in tax preparation, business consulting, financial consulting, credit repair, and administrative services. Book your appointment today and consider your problem gone. Contact our office at 713-661-5555.